Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, coming to you from the Grand Hotel. And we are here for the Detroit Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. And of course, we have one of the presidents of PNC Bank. PNC, is it middle?
Mid-Michigan.
Mid-Michigan.
Mid-Michigan, yep.
PNC Bank President Tim Salisbury, who incidentally we might call attention, is on our board of famous people that we have interviewed.
And I don't think I've gotten any payments for that.
Yeah,
Did I sign a release?
I think there's some royalty checks coming your way.
Let's
I'm not
hope
sure.
so.
How's banking?
It's pretty good, Chris.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly, really, right, that the small businesses and the consumers continue to defy what all the economists had said was going to slow down, and it's just not happening.
Well, and unfortunately, what we really need is the prime rate to go down a little bit, and all the indicators that they bet on are staying up.
Higher for longer.
I
Yep.
know.
Yep.
So I sit on advisory council for the feds, and they've changed their course a little bit because they had mentioned they were going to drop maybe a couple of points
Well,
this summer.
Beginning of the year, right? I think we had six drops in the forecast for 2024.
Yeah.
And right now, PNC still has 2 in there in our forecast.
Okay.
September and December, but we'll see, right?
2 more to go. Yeah, I got you.
Need more data, but continues to be very low unemployment, and inflation's still sticky, down but sticky.
They are rigid on that inflation rate.
Right.
I mean, that's just their barometer. So
Yes.
we'll see how that works out. Business demand, how's that?
I think the business owners have kind of adapted maybe to the new environment. Well, higher rates and actually seeing maybe more CapEx requests than we had a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So again, I think people have kind of decided, we need to add that equipment. We've got to, add to the plant. We're seeing a little bit more robust activity like that, at least in mid-Michigan.
Well, it's kind of interesting that I think a lot of them are looking at that and going, I don't see the changing quickly.
Right.
So
the world we're in,
we've still got to keep pace, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you let that go too long, it's hard to catch back up. You need to replace your equipment, kind of keep on a schedule.
And train your people. That is another big thing we found with our Michigan Future Business Index is people love to be trained, and they'll go with an employer or stay with an employer over exactly that.
I mean, you talk talent, right? I mean,
Right.
ask every business owner run into, are you having an easier time or still a hard time getting the talent? It's gotten a little better for them, right? It seems like it's a little more balanced supply and demand of talent, but you always need more, and you always need to develop them and retain them.
3 years ago, it went from we're not even getting bodies applying to then they were getting bodies, but not qualified bodies. Now they're getting qualified people that are calling in.
There's still too many of those that, you bring 6 in and 3 last and 3 don't. But but again, it's better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we'll keep making progress there, hopefully.
So what are you guys doing in your industry in general to ensure that next generation of bankers? Anything?
We hire a lot of associates every year out of our colleges across the country, bring them into our development program, and probably upwards of 400 to 500 a year.
And you have a development program.
We do.
Pretty extensive.
We absolutely do. We right in home base, Michigan State. We always get a couple every year out of Michigan State, put them into the program, which I love because that's future talent to come back into mid-Michigan down the road.
Right. Keep them here.
So,
well, and also your internship becomes kind of a part of that
the
too.
Internships are usually a feeder system to get into the development program. Someone comes in, they have a good experience. They like what PNC's doing. We like their approach, their attitude, and skill set they can bring to us. And absolutely.
So there are 3 of you presidents in the state of Michigan, right?
Correct.
East side, west side,
and we're all on the island.
And you're all up here.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So tell me how it's going. Are the markets markedly different in those 3?
Well, there are uniquenesses. I mean, there's uniquenesses even inside of my mid-Michigan region, right? I'm covering Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, Mount Pleasant, Lansing, Jackson, Livingston County. You kind of go, and there's different pockets, right, of more auto versus less auto and more service economy and types of things. So if you look Southeast Michigan or West Michigan, you get a different mix of manufacturing and in tech and healthcare. We've got insurance in mid-Michigan, and they don't have so much of that in some of the other spots, but all are doing relatively well. And PNC continues to grow and invest. We're coast to coast now and want to get bigger.
Yeah.
And continue to do more things in more communities.
Well, and you guys do a lot of research. I know for many years, and we still have him on periodically, Kurt Rankin.
Oh, yeah.
Your economist, one of your economists. You do a lot of research in that regard. I suspect they are the ones who found out that it looked like two more possible bumps.
Yes.
Yeah, down.
Yep. So we'll commend them if they're right, and we'll blame them if they're wrong.
And we'll
right?
replace them.
All I know from 30 plus years of doing this, it seems like they wait too long to start raising, and they wait too long to start dropping.
Well,
that lag in the data is there every time.
That's
right?
probably true.
And then it's scrambled to catch up.
It goes back to that human nature. If I don't do anything, I haven't made a mistake.
That's right. That's me in my golf game. If I don't hit a shot, it's perfect. Unlike you like to gamble.
Yeah, I don't
take the shot, see what happens.
I got a lot of balls. I get them every Christmas. Tim Salisbury, who's the Mid-Michigan president for PNC Bank. Thanks for being with us. Always good to see you, buddy.
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, we love working with you guys.
Enjoy your rest of the time on the island.
Chris. It's a great conference. It really is. And that's where we're coming to you from, the Grand Hotel. We are here for the Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce's annual policy conference. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.